Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Elite Tours. Have you ever wondered which cities in the US are the most dangerous in 2025? What if we told you that some of America's most iconic places are also among its most perilous? Today, we're peeling back the layers to reveal the 7 most dangerous cities in the United States where caution is key. Let's get started. Coming in at number 7, we have a city that might surprise you, Albuquerque, New Mexico. Now, when most people think of Albuquerque, they picture desert landscapes, vibrant hot air balloons, and maybe even a few Breaking Bad references. But there's more to this city than meets the eye, and not all of it is as picturesque as a southwestern sunset. In 2025, Albuquerque is facing a surge in violent crime, especially when it comes to carjackings and assaults. But what's truly shocking? This city has one of the highest rates of vehicle theft in the entire country. That's right. If you're cruising around town, you better keep one hand on the wheel and the other on your keys, because your ride might just vanish in the blink of an eye. Albuquerque has also been grappling with gang activity, which has driven up crime rates in certain neighborhoods. But here's a surprising twist. Despite its challenges, the city's efforts to revitalize its downtown area have brought a paradoxical mix of gentrification and persistent crime. It's a place where sleek new coffee shops stand just blocks away from high crime zones. However, did you know Albuquerque is a hub for some of the country's most cutting-edge technology and innovation? While it's dealing with its dark side, it's also a center for research and development, especially in the aerospace and defense industries. It's a city of stark contrasts, where the future is being built even as the present remains a challenge. So what do you think? Is Albuquerque a city on the edge, or one on the brink of something greater? The answer isn't black and white. It's as complex and captivating as the city itself. If you're planning to visit, just remember, Albuquerque is a land of enchantment, but it's also a place where you'll want to stay alert. Cleveland, Ohio. Cleveland rocks, or does it? Number 6 on our list is the Forest City. It's known for its passionate sports fans and rock and roll roots, but beneath the surface, there's another side to the story, a side where danger is real. Cleveland's crime rates have been creeping up, and in 2025, it's one of the most dangerous cities in the US. The Cleveland's population has been steadily declining for years. This has left entire neighborhoods almost deserted, creating the storm for crime to take hold. With a shrinking population, some parts of Cleveland have become ghost towns, and that's where the danger intensifies. You've got a mix of poverty, abandoned properties, and limited police presence, which makes certain areas feel more like a no-man's land than a neighborhood. What's more, Cleveland has become a surprising hub for cybercrime. This Rust Belt city is turning digital, with a growing number of cyber attacks originating from here. Who would have thought? Cleveland's a place where you can feel the tension between what it was, what it is, and what it could be. It's a city with a gritty spirit, but it's also a place where you need to watch your step, both online and on the streets. New Orleans, Louisiana. New Orleans, the Big Easy, where the music is loud, the food is spicy, and the nights are wild. But this party town isn't just about beads and parades. Lurking beneath its vibrant culture is a darker side that earns New Orleans its spot on our list. In 2025, New Orleans is suffering with a surge in violent crime, particularly in areas tourists often frequent. The city's murder rate remains one of the highest in the country, driven by gang violence and a growing drug trade. The city's complex layout, with its narrow streets and hidden alleyways, creates the cover for criminal activity. Even the famous French Quarter, where tourists flock, isn't immune. After dark, some parts of this historic district become hotspots for muggings and assaults. So, if you're planning a trip to the Crescent City, take in the sights, dance to the music, But always, always, keep your wits about you. The Big Easy's charms are endless, but so are its challenges. Stockton, California. Out in California, Stockton makes the list, not for its sunshine, but for its struggles. Once booming with agriculture, this city now faces challenges that make it one of the most dangerous in the state. High unemployment and crime rates are the new normal here. It's a place where opportunity and adversity are always in a standoff. Stockton's troubles can be traced back to its economic struggles. The city was hit hard by the Great Recession in 2008, so much so that Stockton became the largest city in the U.S. to declare bankruptcy at the time. This economic collapse left deep scars, rising unemployment, declining public services, and neighborhoods left to fend for themselves. Despite efforts to bounce back, Stockton has continued to face high crime rates. Violent crimes, particularly gun violence, have surged in recent years. But here's where it gets surprising. Stockton's police department has been implementing innovative community-based strategies to combat crime. Yet the city's reputation still hangs in the balance, with many areas remaining hotspots for crime. Little Rock, Arkansas. A city that might not immediately come to mind when you think of danger, but its reality tells a different story. Little Rock, the capital of Arkansas. With a notably high rate of violent crime, including assaults and homicides, Little Rock has become a focal point of concern. In fact, its crime rates have been climbing steadily, making it one of the more dangerous cities in the South. So what's behind these troubling statistics? Several factors contribute to Little Rock's status. Firstly, social issues such as inadequate access to education and mental health services further compound the problem. Areas with limited resources often see higher crime rates because of the lack of support systems that could otherwise help reduce crime. Law enforcement in Little Rock faces significant challenges as well. The city has been working on community policing and crime prevention strategies, but the high crime rates often make it a daunting task. Despite these efforts, the strain on resources and the ongoing economic issues continue to impact safety. Detroit, Michigan. Once hailed as the Motor City, this iconic city has faced significant challenges over the years. But what exactly makes Detroit so perilous? Let's break it down. Detroit is where the lines between decay and rebirth blur. On one hand, you have areas that are slowly being revitalized, like Midtown and downtown, where trendy restaurants and tech startups are starting to flourish. On the other hand, just a few blocks away, you might find empty lots, remnants of a once thriving community. This stark contrast gives Detroit an edge that's hard to find anywhere else. First and foremost, Detroit's economic decline has played a major role. Once a booming center of the American automobile industry, Detroit has suffered from deindustrialization, leading to massive job losses and economic instability. Unemployment rates in Detroit have historically been higher than the national average. The lack of job opportunities has left many residents struggling to make ends meet, leading to increased involvement in criminal activities as a means of survival. Detroit has faced a severe housing crisis with many abandoned homes and blighted neighborhoods. These abandoned areas can become hotspots for illegal activities and contribute to a sense of insecurity and danger. The blight also discourages investment and community development, further perpetuating the cycle of decline. The city has long been plagued by gang activity and a thriving drug trade. Detroit's central location and economic hardships have made it a key battleground for gangs and drug dealers. Violent confrontations between rival gangs and drug-related crimes contribute significantly to the city's high crime rates. At number 1, Kansas City, Missouri. High crime rate here is no secret. This city, renowned for its soulful tunes and vibrant nightlife. However, in recent years, Kansas City has seen a dramatic uptick in homicides and aggravated assaults. It's not just about numbers, it's about real people facing real risks. So what's behind this turbulent trend? The roots run deep. Economic strife is a major player. Imagine neighborhoods where economic opportunity is as scarce as a sunny day in November. In places like these, poverty and instability can stir up a storm of crime. When people struggle to make living, crime can seem like an all-too-accessible option. Add to that a smattering of gang activity, an unwelcome guest at the party. Kansas City's gang violence isn't just a subplot, it's a major storyline. Gangs clash over territory and drug deals, and the result is a grim dance of violence that spills into communities and streets. It's a vicious cycle that's hard to break. But it's not all doom and gloom. Kansas City is fighting back with a fierce determination. Think of it as a city on the rebound. Local leaders and residents are working tirelessly to turn the tide through revitalization projects, educational programs, and community engagement. They're like firefighters trying to douse a blaze, hoping to spark a new era of safety and prosperity.